everybody. We are back again to talk some more NFL
football. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Oh, we are down to the nitty gritty. We are already down to week 12 this time. There's only what? How many weeks are there? There's 17 weeks, and we're already up to week 12. Football is speeding by like a bullet.
Yes.
But first of all, we got to recap week 11. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Thursday night football, we had the continuing demise
of the Green Bay Packers.
The Cowboys pulled a Cowboy, of course, and couldn't beat a 3-win team. But the Titans did.
And Todd Downing, although he called a decent game, that couldn't prevent him from pulling a Todd Downing.
He on the way home in the plane,
he drank a lot of beer.
Got a little tipsy and then got a DUI. Driving home afterwards. Man.
Todd Downing. That's all I gotta say. He is his own.
They actually called a pretty good game, though. I mean, they ran Derrick Henry, which is what they needed to do.
And they won the game. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they won the game in Green Bay. We're missing all of that. The Titans actually, and they're in first place.
By a mile.
Yeah, there's nobody even close to them in their division. We thought the Colts might have had that division, but
they had fired their head coach.
They had a stinker there, so yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our Sunday games. We had the Panthers at the Ravens.
The defense was top-notch, but the offense sputtered.
Yeah, the Ravens 13-3. The Panthers defense actually looks pretty darn good. But like you said, the offense, without Christian McCaffrey,
it's a mess.
It's sort of a mess. He was their main offensive weapon, and without him there, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them. But the Ravens, at least they won this one. They've had a problem lately of losing some close games, so they did actually win this one 13-3. We had the Bears at the Falcons.
Justin Fields had a good showing once again.
Justin Fields does just enough to barely lose. He's doing fantastic, but the team around him, last week they lost 33-30 or something. This week they lost 27-24. Their defense is giving up too many points, you would think. But again, they traded their defensive players away this year, thinking it was going to be a rebuilding year. And they actually could have had a decent year this year if they would have kept some of those defensive players. Maybe like a Khalil Mack or...
The Falcons are still in the playoff hunt.
What? I'm not... Those words...
You're 5-6.
Those words don't go together.
Yep.
Falcons in the playoff hunt. But hey, they won. They found a way to win. I do like Mariota. And I like some players on the Falcons. Kyle Pitts. Ooh, he's on the IR now. He's out.
That's going to hurt.
For the year, congrats to Cordell Patterson.
The most kickoff return touchdowns in NFL history, surpassing Devin Hester.
Number 9. He returned to number 9 for 103 yards. I mean, it wasn't even a short one. Let's catch it 3 yards deep in the end zone and run that puppy out.
And it beats out Devin Hester.
It beats out Devin Hester. So Cordell Patterson is number 1 in the NFL history books.
How about that?
We had the Browns at the Bills. Closer game than what I thought it would be, 23-31. But
Joe Woods.
Woods defense.
We've already said it enough that how bad he is.
Joe Woods defense is horrible. Todd Downing's offense is horrible. Joe Woods defense is horrible. Gave up 31 points to the Bills.
And they gave up plenty of rushing yards, which is a theme.
Yes, they do give. And their secondary is not very good either. So
when no part of your team is good defensively,
even
though you've got a bunch of talent.
Oh, they've got it. Oh gosh, yes. The Browns have a bunch of talent. And the Bills really needed this one. If the Bills would have lost this one,
there would have been some question marks raising up in the broken tableland.
Now, this game was moved
from Buffalo to Detroit because of that massive snowstorm.
Because of 6 feet of snow. 6 feet of snow.
That's a blizzard.
That's more than a blizzard. It's actually snowed so much they couldn't clean out the stadium.
That's never happened before.
The Bills fans actually came out with snowmobiles to take the players around so they could get over to the game and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Buffalo's a very good football town.
They got back on track.
That's a football
At least
fan.
the people in Broken Table Land are happy.
Aren't happy. Yes, they are. We had the Eagles at the Colts. This was a surprise, too. 17-16. The Eagles
Fighting
won.
for Jeff Saturday, they are, but the talent for Philly, they broke through.
Yep. Jeff Saturday, the team is playing for the man, ain't they? Whether he can coach or not, we'll see down the line, but they're playing for him right now. I mean, they almost beat the Eagles. The Eagles almost gave that one away, didn't they? And if the Eagles would have lost another one right now,
There would have been questions.
there would have been a lot of questions, and it could have caused some turmoil. So they really needed that win, too. As good as their record is, they didn't need to lose that right there. We had the Jets at the Patriots.
Record lows for offense for both teams, I think.
Yes, and it was 3-3 with 13 seconds left.
So what do the Patriots do?
Return the punt for a touchdown to win the game.
It's the first one all season.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be a
The
game
last
winner.
second, yeah.
Gosh.
I don't know. I can't remember seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But to win a game.
Now to our friend Al, who's out there doing wonders. Your team has decided to bench Zach Wilson for being a mediocre quarterback.
They have decided to bench Zach Wilson.
His stats are not very good.
Not very good, no.
He's thrown for just over 1,200 yards with more interceptions than touchdowns, and they've decided that they've had enough.
I think the defense and the running games have been carrying the Jets. I hadn't really been paying attention to Zach Wilson. They've been winning, so I've been thinking maybe he's doing okay, but apparently not. Yeah.
So Mike White to start next week.
We'll see where that goes. Joe Namath, where are you?
Yep.
We had the Rams at the Saints. The Rams are officially done.
Yep.
Go ahead and start shoveling in the dirt.
Yep.
It's over.
All that talent.
All that talent.
And you can't do much of anything without Cooper Kupp.
And their coordinator?
Kevin O'Connell. He's doing good things with the Vikings.
He's
so
doing
far.
good things with the Vikings. So it goes to show you those coordinators can make a big difference too, because their offense coordinator last year is not there anymore, and the offense looks like
Dog crap.
It's
terrible.
This new offensive coordinator
Is bad.
is not very good to handle the talent that they have. Yeah.
I figured out his name, and I looked up online because I was so confused as how the offense was so bad. Liam Cohen is the coordinator's name. Don't make death threats to him. That's not what we do.
No, but we're sort of questioning if he's the right coordinator for that group of guys. We don't know.
Because he was the offensive coordinator when Jared Goff was there.
Yes. So maybe the Rams need to look in. But anyways, the Saints got a win that they really, really needed. That division is
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad with a capital B.
We had the Lions at the Giants. Oh my. The Lions ate the Giants.
Well, someone got thrown into the Lions' den.
The Lions have been putting up 30 points all year long.
They're finally stringing up some sort of defensive effort.
They just decided to play defense this game, which they normally don't.
And
normally they lose 35 to 31.
Due to that, the Lions are 4-6 all of a sudden.
And they're in the playoff race.
They're on the fringe, but
they're not in the playoff race, but it's so close.
But if they could pull a massive upset on Thanksgiving, they'll be 5-6.
Yes. We had the Commanders at the Texans. Hey, that was actually...
Well, Taylor Heineke continues to lead the Washington Commanders to wins.
And he is now, no matter what, the starting quarterback.
No more Carson Wentz.
No, they asked the head coach, why have you just decided to go with Heineke? He said, because we're winning. Pretty simple. You win, you start. So, honestly, that's the way it should be. We had the Raiders at the Broncos.
If there's any proof that Nathaniel Hackett is an awful coach, this is the game you look for.
Yeah, this was...
Actually, there's not. This is not just the only game from him that's been bad.
No,
there's been like a timeline of bad coached games from him.
Yes, and they just lost in overtime.
And when they had the ball with 1 minute left in overtime, when they had the game tied, they just threw the ball 3 times. And before that, they gave the Raiders so much time, and they
bad clock management. He is probably the king of bad clock management this year.
Let me tell you one thing. Nathaniel Hackett has to be the worst game clock managing coach in the history of football.
He's definitely the worst this year. He's struggling to even keep up with the clock that's on the field, much less manage the time.
You expect that to be your leader? People are blaming Russell Wilson, but I think
I don't know. Russell Wilson.
Captain Hackett is running the ship down to the.
Yeah, I think Captain Hackett. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson should have won 2 Super Bowls if the morons hadn't called a pass on the goal line. Russell Wilson would have had 2 Super Bowls. Russell Wilson's not a bad quarterback, but he's on pace to have fewer touchdowns this year
Then he has bathrooms.
than he has bathrooms in his house.
No kidding.
He has 12 bathrooms in his house, and he's on pace for 10 touchdowns this year.
Nathaniel Hackett's offense. This is the side of the ball he's known for. He's known for offense. And his offense is offensive to the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It is offensive.
Those 12 bathrooms in Wilson's house couldn't hold all the crap.
When you lose to Josh McDaniels not once, but twice, you have to be at least a hot seat candidate.
Oh, hey, that's what half of the Raiders wins this year. More than that.
2/3 of the Raiders wins.
2/3 of the Raiders wins has been the Broncos.
Because the Broncos are bad. And the Raiders are bad too, but the Broncos are also bad.
The Broncos are maybe, I don't know.
Just as bad.
It's bad, yeah. We had the Cowboys at the Vikings. This was the shocker of the week. I'm a Cowboys fan.
This was
I did
a
not
beatdown.
expect this. This was This was the biggest beatdown this year that I can remember seeing. I mean, the Vikings with, what, 1 loss?
They came into the Viking Stadium and got their rear ends
There
pushed
was
in.
gold chains and bare chests, and they got murdered, dude, 40-3.
That's called getting your crap pushed in.
Dan Quinn,
Called a whale of a game.
man, he called a good game. And the Cowboys ran the game, ran the football. Pollard was awesome.
And you leak him out of the backfield and have him make plays.
Lick him out of the backfield, throw a 40-yard touchdown to him.
If Kellen Moore can actually be, consistent.
I don't think he can. As much as this looked awesome, we could lose to a 3-win team this week. He's one of the 4 horrible ones. He is. We had the Bengals at the Steelers. Bengals back on their winning ways. The Steelers tried their very, very best.
Even with T.J. Watt back, and that didn't really seem to make a difference.
That didn't seem to, the Bengals are catching stride a little bit. What, they're 6-4 now?
Yeah, and they could get Jamar Chase back very soon.
They're supposed to maybe get him back this week. So if they get him back, they could go on a run.
Just like they did in the playoffs last year.
We got the Chiefs at the Chargers. What a heartbreak for the Chargers. The Chargers really, really needed
That whole
this.
franchise is described by one word. Heartbreak.
It's heartbreak, man. It was just a heartbreak.
Back from the Marty Schottenheimer days with Phillip Rivers to LaDainian Tomlinson to Dan Fouts.
When you're up 27-23 with 1:14 left, you think, no. The Chiefs scored a touchdown, and there were still
Leave
30.
it to Brandon Stale piece of bread.
There were still 30 seconds left over. They scored in like 40-something seconds or something. Didn't even need the whole minute.
When you know the Chiefs can strike quick, and you have the football, you would think you'd want to run some clock out, right?
No, you want to leave them enough time to come back and win. But props to the Chiefs. You want to know how many road games that Patrick Mahomes has lost in his division? 0. He hasn't lost a road division game since he got there. How incredible is that? 15 straight road wins for the Chiefs in their division. That is nuts. All right, let's jump into our Monday night game. We had the 49ers at the 49ers at the Cardinals.
This wasn't just a beatdown. This was a Mexican-flavored beatdown.
This was on the verge of the Cowboys, Minnesota, and it was a hot tamale. It was in Mexico. Man, do you see the altitude difference even from Mile High to there?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
They had to get the oxygen tanks out.
Yeah, they were on the sidelines. They were huffing. I probably would too. I probably would walk in to get me a hot dog to get some oxygen when I get back to my seat.
The Cardinals. This was a disaster on and off the field.
Yeah, the Cardinals lost a coach too for.
Decided to get a little pervy there.
Got a little personal with a woman there, and now they lost their what? It was
offensive line coach.
Man, the turmoil we see. But the 49ers did look good. On a positive note, they might make a run there too because they are leading the
They got
division
a
now.
crap ton of talent offensively. They
Yeah.
still have a bunch of good edge rushers. They got a lot of talent.
They do have a lot of talent. All right, now it's time for our
Dumpster fire of the
dumpster
week.
fire of the week. We'll be right back with it.
Dumpster fire of the week.
Yeah. Hey, and our dumpster fire is.
We're sorry, Al. The
We're
Jets.
sorry, Al. It's got to be the Jets this week. They just benched their starting quarterback.
He was only 9 of 22 for 77 yards.
It was 9 of 22. That's right. 9 completions in an entire game out of 22.
for a meager 77 yards.
77 yards. And the worst part is the second half. I think the second half of the game is
Really
what got him.
determined how bad Zach Wilson has been at quarterback.
You want to know how much they averaged per play in the second half?
Please don't let me guess.
2.7 inches. Not feet.
Put that up again. I want to see.
That's
They got that much?
per play. That's how much they got per play.
That much?
That's it. That's how much they got per play. Yes.
You gotta be kidding
You
me.
could have fell forward every play and got more.
That's-
If you just fell down forward, you would have got more yards per play than them trying.
That is ugly. That
Oh.
is just ugly offense.
They ended up with 10 punts
And 9 first downs.
and 9 first downs. You had more punts than you had first downs.
No wonder why you want to change the quarterback.
Oh, their top receiver had 3 catches for 26 yards.
That's not good.
And their top runner had 3 runs for 26 yards. That was your running. 3, that was his high, was 3 for 26. And your top receiver had 2 catches for 35 yards. So that is your offense right there.
I am so sorry, Al.
Yeah, that was,
I am so sorry.
I don't know, that was one of the ugliest offenses I had ever seen. They gave up 4 sacks for 33 yards. QBR rating, 24.5.
That's not good either. That's really bad. Really, really bad.
Averaged 3.5 yards per catch.
Oh my god.
But if you take out the 33 yards of sacks, it was plus 11.
Ooh.
So that's, oh my goodness, that was so bad. So bad. Yep.
They really need to change things up.
Oh, I didn't look straight at the rushing. Zach Wilson was the leading rusher, 3 for 26. That was your leading rusher.
Was it really him, or was it the offensive line? Or
Probably
was it
running
both?
for his life.
Or probably both.
But I don't know, might have been both, yeah.
So
Oh, that was so bad.
let us continue with our projections for
Oh,
next
let's
week.
go, yeah. That is our dumpster fire for the week. But let's go ahead and jump into our predictions for week 12. It is Thanksgiving week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We have 3 games. That's right. Uno, dos, tres, 3 games.
Make sure to keep your turkey well cooked and don't let it fall on the ground.
Hit the pause button. Go get some more cranberry sauce. Come back and watch the game. if you like cranberry sauce, stuffing, ham, potatoes, whatever you want to go. We have 3 games on Thursday.
My favorite's the stuffing.
Oh, that's some good stuff in there.
You know what this Thursday is also stuffed with? Good football games.
Football. We got football and then football and football. We got the Bills starting out. The Bills at the Lions. Funny, the second week in a row they played at the Lions.
Hey, they don't get to move anywhere.
It was funny, they had to go to the Lions Stadium because of the snow. Do you know when they went there, they actually chose to stay in the visitors' locker room, even though they were considered the home team, just so it would feel familiar when they came back this week. So I thought that was pretty funny. The Buffalo's favored by 9.5 over
Because
the
of the
Lions.
talent and the Lions trying to build a culture, I'll
probably
take
go
the
with that.
Bills.
That's really close. It may be under that a little bit, but I'll probably take the Bills too, just because they're trying to get on a roll right now. They're going to try to score points, not to hurt the Lions' feelings, but they're going to try to score points just to get that chemistry going in their team. We got the Giants at the Cowboys.
This is a big, big game.
7-3 versus 7-3. Whoever wins this is probably in the lead for a wild card. Whoever loses this
Is going to be competing in the
going
wild
to be
card.
going to be hard. Going to be competing really tough to try to get in one of those other spots. Cowboys actually favored by 10 over the Giants.
I don't know if they should be that big of a favorite.
I don't know either because I don't trust the Cowboys.
Kellen Moore.
I don't trust Kellen Moore. And the Giants have a bad habit of going into Cowboy Stadium and winning.
Even with Eli in all those days.
Well, the very first game they opened the brand new stadium
Was against Eli.
because Eli and the Giants beat them.
Well, I think the reason why was because they had a legendary quarterback under center, but who knows?
Or that the Cowboys coaches sucked, just like they do today. But anyways,
But don't forget,
I'm
Danny
probably
Quinn.
going to take the Giants plus 10. I think that's too much. I'm a Cowboys fan. Just don't trust them.
But do you want to pick the sorcerer, Dan Quinn, though?
Dan Quinn can shut down Daniel Jones. He can. But Matt Barkley, I mean, not, I'm thinking of Matt Barkley. Saquon Barkley? Matt Barkley.
You thought
the
he
old
was
quarterback.
Matt Barkley.
That's about what he is. Saquon Barkley, I don't know, plus 10.
That's kind of silly.
I'm going to take plus 10. Patriots at the Vikings.
Another game that means something.
The Vikings need this. They need to bounce back, dude.
They can't let the
They
Patriots go on
just
their
lost
field.
by 37 points.
They can't let the Patriots just go out there and win a game.
No, Minnesota's favored by 2.5. I'm going to take Minnesota. Even though Belichick does have a good habit also of shutting down your best weapon. So Justin Jefferson,
Will not be available, so they got to get Dalvin Cook and T.J. Hawkinson available.
yes, they do, and get Cook out of the backfield. So, but I still like the Vikings in this game. Just to coming off of a loss at home, trying to bounce back. Yeah. Getting into our Sunday schedule, we got the Broncos at your Panthers. What do you think about this thing?
Panthers win. There is no way we lose. If we lose to a Nathaniel Hackett coach team,
Sam Darnold is starting.
that's just about as bad. So let's just say Panthers win this game.
Yeah, with the Denver's favored by 2. I'll probably take that plus 2 also. Again, the Panthers aren't a powerhouse, but they're at home coming off of a loss.
And Nathaniel Hackett is...
It's bad. We got the Buccaneers at the Browns.
Tom Brady versus Joe Woods.
Tom Brady. Joe Woods is the defense.
What do you think Tom Brady's going to do?
They're favored by 3.5. It may be 13.5. Yeah, I'm going to take. And Tom's actually found his rhythm lately, which is scary. They're at 5-5, and they lead their division at 5-5. So he's had a bad year, and it don't matter because he'll still probably win his division and get into the playoffs. You get Tom Brady into the playoffs in rhythm.
Something happens. Magic
Something
usually happens.
Something magic happens. And I'm picking him to win this week and go 6-5. So yeah, it's minus 3.5. I'll take that. We got the Bengals at the Titans.
Todd Downing better not screw this game plan up. I don't know if I could trust Todd Downing much after all the offensive inconsistencies the team has had.
And the off-field
Distractions
they had this week.
with Todd Downing, I mean,
Cincinnati's
the man
favored.
is
Cincinnati's favored by 3 at the Titans.
the man is a mean, let's just say that.
He is.
But the Bengals have a ton of talent. I think if the Titans run the ball well, they will keep Joe Burrow off the field.
Yeah.
And
I'll probably take the Titans plus 3 on that too.
Yeah, just take
the
the
Titans at home are tough to beat. There, we've been there and watched a few games. It's a really good environment to go to too. And that new stadium's going to look fantastic. But we'll take the Titans plus 3. We got the Texans at the Dolphins. Dolphins. This is going to be the beatdown of the week probably.
this is the
It's
lock.
a 14, 17-point game. Yeah, boom, doom, as they do on that show. We got Dolphins minus 13.5. I'll say it's about this more than that. We got the Bears at the Jets.
Jets. Jets.
I'm going to go with the Jets. We got the new quarterback. We don't know what.
Mike White's going to come in. Maybe he'll spark the offense.
The thing is, we don't know what he's going to do, but neither do the Bears.
So the
You
Jets have
can't-
that advantage.
You can't game plan against him. And the Bears and the Jets have a great defense. So I still think Justin Fields probably gets 25 points in fantasy this week because
That's what he does.
that's what he does.
But I think
But
the
they
Jets
tend
have a
to
better
lose too.
defense.
So I'm actually going to take the Jets on that. Yeah, it's -6. Honestly, I'll still go with the Jets on that. Falcons, Commanders.
This is a big game for wild card.
One of these two games is going to take a step up in the wild card, and the other one's going to take a pretty big step back in the wild card.
Yep. Who will it be that takes a step back here?
I don't know. I'm going to go with Heineke. The Heinekes have been popping lately.
You want to go with the Heineken, pop up in a bottle, chug it down?
Pop out a Heineken, and let's keep on going because I really think Washington's been on the roll lately, man. They are. They got some talent on that team.
And it looks like they're playing better under Heineken than they ever did with Carson Wentz.
And their defense getting healthy.
Chase Young may be coming back from the ACL tear last year.
Chase Young may be back this game.
And
You know he's hungry to eat something.
Oh, yeah, he's hungry for some field.
So we'll take the Commanders -5.5. Got the Ravens at the Jaguars.
I picked
Baltimore all day long on that -4. I think that -4 is a little low. If their tight end is healthy, back a little bit more healthy this week, he's I think their biggest weapon. So I like the Ravens -4. Chargers at the Cardinals.
The Chargers will win this game because the Cardinals are in turmoil.
They are in turmoil.
I would take
injured quarterback.
Who would you take, Brandon Stale, piece of bread, or would you take jump off a cliff, Kingsbury? I would take Brandon Staley.
I just think there's more talent on the Chargers than there are the Cardinals.
I would obviously take Brandon Staley because I think he coaches better, and I think the talent around the Chargers is better.
Yeah, the Chargers are favored by 3. I actually like that one pretty well. Raiders at the Seahawks.
The Seahawks will win because Josh McDaniels can't coach his way out of a paper bag.
And this tells you, again, how bad Zach Wilson was doing for the Jets. I actually saw this today. If Geno Smith, people that threw him in the garbage, they discarded him, considered him old news. The Seahawks brought him in just to try to keep the team 3 wins.
He's kept the team, let's just say that.
They're 6-4 and playing pretty good. If Geno Smith went 0 for the next 150 passes, 0 for 150, he would still have a better QBR rating than Zach Wilson.
Consider yourself thankful for that on Thanksgiving, Al.
Yes, I think it might be a good thing to ditch Zach Wilson and try something else. But I do like the Seahawks -3.5. The Raiders are having problems. We got the Rams at the Chiefs. No, I'm sorry. The other game wasn't the biggest beatdown of the week. This is going to be the biggest beatdown of the week.
Oh, Mahomes is gonna. The Rams' offense is already bad enough.
The Rams have been a thorn in their side, you could say, throughout the last few years where the Rams have been good. They're going to beat the doors off of this play. And it ain't even going to be funny. I thought the line's 15.5. I will honestly probably take that. It's going to be 37-12 or 37-13 or something. Got the Packers at the Eagles.
Eagles by a good margin.
Yeah, Eagles are favored by 6.5. I'll take that. Packers are done.
49ers host the Saints. What's your prediction on that?
49ers.
49ers by a good bit.
49ers are on a roll there too. 49ers are favored by 9.5. Honestly, I think there's going to be some rolling this week. People are trying to establish their spots in the playoffs. So. And then Monday Night Football is the Steelers at the Colts.
The Colts
doesn't mean a lot, except for it'll be a fun game to watch. The Colts should win. Steelers are struggling a little bit, although T.J. Watt is bought, and I do love me some T.J. Watt.
It's been so long since we've seen the Steelers struggle.
Yeah, and they're 4-6-1, so they're 11 games through. So there's 6 games left.
And the Steelers are 3-7. They lose 2 more times.
Mm-hmm.
The first losing season in Mike Tomlin's career.
Yeah, if they lose this one, they're 3-8, and they would have to win out to keep from having a losing record. But the Steelers will rebuild. They got a rookie quarterback, and he looks like a rookie quarterback. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be good, though. But that's it. That is our NFL football for weeks 11 and 12. We hope you had some fun with us. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell us who you think's going to be in the playoffs and who ain't and what's going on. And hit that groovy baby button over there. And we'll see you next week.
Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
See you next week.